Okay, so that escalated quickly. James Gunn came out with the Chapter 1 slate of the DC universe, and I kind of want to go over some of the things that he announced and some of the things that is very, very, very exciting as a DC fan, and something that kind of concerned me. So without further ado, guys, let's talk about this. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're finding me for the first time, or maybe long-time viewer, not yet a subscriber, please do me a favor, smash that like and subscribe button. So we heard about all the stuff that was going on in Warner Brothers with them bringing in Peter Safran and James Gunn to be the CEOs of creative of the new DC universe. He made it very quite clear that Matt Reeves' Batman and the other movie was an Elseworld, the Joker, are Elseworld movies. So to me, I feel like once Matt Reeves' contract's up, they're not going to continue on with that iteration of Batman. They're going to, because they don't want to convolute the problem. Like, that's sort of the problem that DC's having right now, that we have like 5 bajillion things going on. And it made it very quite clear that James Gunn wants to kind of get rid of that whole thing of just being convoluted. Like, he just wants to get rid of that. So I have a feeling when Joker 2 is done, we're not going to get another Joker. When, I don't know if Matt Reeves signed on for a trilogy or not, but whenever that run is done, we're not going to continue on with that, because he makes it very quite clear later on that we're going to introduce the Batman, the DC Universe's Batman, in the Brave and the Bold, which I can't wait for. So James Gunn announced a lot of things that I really enjoyed in this. I actually liked everything he announced. I'm just concerned about the average person who doesn't know what these properties are. And I think that's the scary thing here. I don't want him to start like announcing these projects that people would have no real attachment to, and DC fall on his face. I'm worried about that. I'm really worried about that, because now you're setting the reset button. Now you're restarting the reset button, or you're smashing the reset button. You know, now is the time to go out there and knock this stuff out of the park. And he announced a lot of really good things, like the Green Lantern TV live action series, which is going to be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, which I'm really looking forward to. And I was really surprised by all the shows that he announced. Like, he said, like, okay, Shazam is going to be put into the DCEU, which is kind of weird to me, because Shazam never really made a whole lot of money. We'll see what Shazam 2 does, but Shazam is safe. Peacemaker is safe. Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, is safe. He said right there that the Flash movie is really good, but that is the reset button. The Flash will be the reset of the DCEU. It's going to be Flashpoint reboot. We kind of figured that was going to be the thing. And then he said we're going to get a Superman movie called Superman, I believe, Legacy or something. That's the title of it. And that's going to be where we introduce the new Superman movie. We're going to get Paradise Lost TV series, where it's going to be all about Wonder Woman's island and all that stuff. A lot of very interesting things. And there was a couple things that concerned me. Here's Brave and the Bold. I'm really looking forward to Batman and his son Damian Wayne. I was always a big fan of Damian Wayne. I absolutely just loved him in the comic books and in the animation. You know, the way that they presented him in the animation shows, or in movies rather. A lot of really cool stuff. But he introduced like Amanda Waller's series and then this other animated series with like these monsters and stuff. And I was really kind of concerned about this, because I'm like, well, you want to start off on the right foot. Like, I mean, this guy learned from Kevin Feige. James Gunn basically built the cosmic universe in the MCU. Like, I have all faith in him, but I hope he doesn't put his passion projects before what really needs to be done, and that's established, right? I'm fine with Blue Beetle. I guess Blue Beetle is going to be part of the new DC universe. You know, we're going to have Shazam, Flash reset everything, Aquaman 2, and then you're going to have Blue Beetle, and then we're kind of running off. And he said the first big movie is going to be Superman Legacy, which is going to be the movie he's writing. I don't know if he's going to direct. I think he should direct it. But that's when we're going to be introduced to the new Superman. We're going to get, like, the movies sound great, right? As for movies, we're getting, you know, Superman Legacy, Batman Brave and the Bold. We're getting, I think he says Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. I'm a big fan of Supergirl, always have been a fan of Supergirl, and I like the fact that we're not killing Superman off in order to put Supergirl in, that both of these characters can coexist, because both of them are connected. You know, both of these are very important, especially when you get into the Brainiac storyline. And then we have a Swamp Thing movie coming out. I'm like, man, that's awesome. I love Swamp Thing. I never watched the series on DC Universe app when it came out. I think it's on HBO Max now, but I never watched that series because as soon as the first episode was launched, they're like, it got canceled. We're not doing the season 2. So why am I going to invest my time in watching a whole first season of a series that gets canceled? So I love Swamp Thing. Absolutely, just I can't wait to see what they do with Swamp Thing. You know, yeah, I'm just like what's his name? Alan Moore, his run on Swamp Thing in the comic books is like legendary, man. So yeah, I'm totally down for Swamp Thing. It's a series that kind of frightened me, really. I think the movies are solid. I think the series are what frightens me, because other than Green Lantern and the Wonder Woman series, the rest of the stuff isn't really knowledgeable from a lot of people. They have, I can't remember if he announced this as a movie or not, but there was this thing where they're taking like a lot of the Wildstorm characters and making it into a project. And I can't remember if he said it was like live action animated series or movie or not. I don't have the list in front of me. Maybe I should have wrote a list. But there was a lot of obscure characters that I looked at. I'm like, man, I don't know how the public's going to feel about that. You know, I don't understand, like the Amanda Waller thing is going to be really cool, I think. I think the Wonder Woman Paradise Island, you know, show, that's going to be really cool. The couple of the animated series, I have no interest in, I'm going to be honest with you. The Wildstorm stuff, I used to read Wildstorm comics back in the day. I'm kind of curious of what they're going to do with that. But those, to me, I feel are like niche things. Whereas you looked at Marvel, where you have Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Avengers, and Incredible Hulk, and then Avengers. These are all established characters that maybe people didn't know at the time. Like, Iron Man wasn't a household name, but people knew of Iron Man more so than a Wildstorm character or whatnot. So I'm hoping that he doesn't let his passion projects get in the way. But in the same side, like, I'm really, really optimistic here because of the way he talked about everything, the way he had so much like Creature Commandos. Like, I never heard of Creature Commandos. How many people heard of Creature Commandos? I'm not entirely sure. But like I said, I'm optimistic because James Gunn, the way he talked, you tell he cares. And he says writing is key. That was the one main thing he hit on. Like, writing is absolutely key to doing this, because you have to have good stories and you have to be very well written. And James Gunn, I just really, really trust when it comes to the storytelling, because the man knows how to tell stories. So I really liked how he labeled everything. Superman Legacy, of course, that's the big standout for me personally as a big Superman fan. That's the one I want to see get the most attention, most care. And he basically said, like, this is where the DCU will start, is with Superman, although there's going to be projects already in the pipeline that he's going to filter in. So there's a lot of really good things to be excited for. I think if I'm going to get at, like, me stepping away, looking at this, the things that I care the most about is, of course, Superman Legacy, Batman Brave and the Bold, the Supergirl series or movie. I think it's a movie. I can't remember if it was a movie or a series. Somebody can let me know in the comments. But the Supergirl project, the Wonder, like the Authorities, right? I was talking about the Authorities. Here's the picture of the Authorities, right? Like, this is from Wildstorm. Not a lot of people know who this is, and they're making this in a film. So I think this is a bad choice personally. Not saying that the movie's gonna be bad. I'm just saying that the average person don't know who the Authority is. And you can use the argument, well, people didn't know who Guardians of the Galaxy were either, but they waited until they were already established. We're trying to establish this universe now, so maybe they should have waited for the Authority, maybe to like chapter 2 to do the Authority, but they decided not to. They're going to go with Authority now. The Paradise Lost series really looks like it's going to be really awesome. He kind of said like Wonder Woman meets Game of Thrones, which could be really, really cool. And, of course, Batman Brave and the Bold is something like I'm personally looking forward to. But the thing that, like, just the way he talked about everything, the way James Gunn, you know, really cared about the material that he's talking about. And it's good to have one person's vision overall. And then he's probably going to, you know, pick and choose on what he wants to do. Booster Gold live action series, totally forgot about that one. I don't know much about Booster Gold other than when he was in Smallville. I mean, that was really But yeah, I'm trying to see if the Supergirl thing will pop up, because I want to talk about it. 'Cause I think it's a movie. I think Supergirl is absolutely a movie, and I really want to see what they do with that. So I like how that Superman and Supergirl can coexist in the same thing, and yet, we don't have to destroy Superman's legacy in order to put Supergirl on top. So yeah, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is a film. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. So I'm excited for all the films. The Authority film from Wildstorm, I'm skeptical on. Not that it won't be a good film. I'm skeptical on how it's going to do in the box office. And the reason why I say that is I'm afraid that if something stumbles, then they're just going to scrap it up like Warner Brothers normally does. This ain't working, blah, blah, blah. Swamp Thing ain't working. But if they can take, a smaller budget to make these movies, and these movies make a profit, then we can keep going. I think Superman, Batman, and Supergirl are going to be your 3 marquee movies going into Chapter 1. And then as for your shows, I think your marquee shows are going to be something like the Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost, there was a couple other ones. There was a couple of Booster Gold. I think could do pretty good. Oh, Green Lantern. I think Green Lantern, because people have been dying to see Green Lantern. I'm a little sad that Green Lantern isn't a movie, because Green Lantern would have been a better movie than Swamp Thing or The Authorities, right? I think Swamp Thing's good as a movie, right? I think what you could have done was move The Authorities to a series and move Green Lantern into a movie, and then you would have Superman, Green Lantern, Brave and the Bold, and then Supergirl, and then Swamp Thing. And I think Swamp Thing is going to be a very niche thing as well. So, hey, man, I thought the slate was pretty kick-ass, to be honest with you. I like what he's doing. I want to see where it's going to go. I think the most important thing is this guy, James Gunn, talks like he actually cares, and that's something we needed. We needed someone to actually cared. So, in James Gunn, I trust. I mean, he can't be any worse than the idiots in the past, so let's see what he can do, and let's get all these things connected, man. And I'm glad that he came out and said Matt Reeves' Batman and Joker are Elseworld. Everything else is connected, and I guarantee you, after Joker 2 and Matt Reeves, I don't know if Matt Reeves signed on for a trilogy, but once his contract's up, his Batman will no longer be part of the DC universe. So anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think, though. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Sorry for the long video, but a lot to cover. Probably going to cover more tomorrow on different things. Probably talk about Superman and Supergirl, or maybe Brave and the Bold. What do you guys want to hear me talk about? What do you guys want me to break down? Be sure to leave those comments in the comment box below. Smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys later.